In and for the best interests of the Filipino people, the operative words or phrase behind every foreign trip of President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. And in his return from the land down under for the ASEAN-Australia Summit meeting, the president has secured investment commitments of 86 billion pesos for the country, met with Cambodia's leader for more backup rice supply to ensure food security, received assurances for Australia's commitment to Philippine sovereignty in the West Philippine Sea, and touched base with compatriots and countrymen based in Melbourne, among others. Our Alan Francisco has more.
President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. is confident that he successfully presented the interests of the Philippines and addressed significant issues during the ASEAN-Australia Special Summit in Melbourne. In his arrival speech last night, President Marcos stated that over 5 decades, the ASEAN-Australia relationship has advocated for peace, environmental conservation, and economic progress in Southeast Asia and Australia.
The summit provided an opportunity to discuss regional and international issues and how ASEAN and individual member states, such as the Philippines, may contribute to the peace, security, and prosperity of our immediate neighborhood, the Indo-Pacific.
He emphasized the government's pledge for continuing engagement of the ASEAN and Australia.
This ASEAN-Australia Special Summit is the first leader-level engagement under the chairmanship of Lao PDR, and I'm confident that we have set the right tone for regional discussions for the year.
On the sidelines of the summit, President Marcos secured 86 billion pesos worth of investment commitments for the Philippines.
We received strong commitments from some Australian companies in support of our renewable energy and digitalization initiatives. Their strong interest is an indication that we are on the right track to position ourselves as a hub for smart and sustainably driven manufacturing and services. I have made it a priority of our government to advance Philippine national interest in engaging external partners.
Australia's interest in investing in the Philippines has intensified.
This interest is confirmed in Australia's Southeast Asian Economic Strategy to 2040, where 4 key sectors were identified as investment priorities in the Philippines, to wit, agriculture and food, education and skills, resources, and green transition.
He also participated in other events advocating for the Philippines' interest.
I met with Australian business leaders and also launched the expansion of the Victoria International Container Terminal, a subsidiary of the International Container Terminal Services Incorporated here in the Philippines. I'm confident that linkages are created through this engagement led by our Department of Trade and Industry.
He also met with the Prime Ministers of New Zealand and Cambodia. Above all, the President interacted with the Filipino community in Melbourne.
I recognize their positive contributions to both Australia and the Philippines and called our kababayans to support our agenda for social and economic transformation through Bagong Pilipinas.
Meanwhile, the President is clearly in favor of the idea of Australia joining ASEAN.
Well, I cannot see why that would not be a good idea. Australia has already been a very active part of ASEAN. And for all intents and purposes, really, in all but name, they are already members of ASEAN. Yes, I think they would be very welcome to join ASEAN.
In addition, he stated that the Philippines will benefit from joint military drills with Australia, not only for defense but for security purposes and disaster preparedness and response too.
As to having yearly exercises, well, that's probably something that we can discuss. But again, we will have to assess the situation at the time, and if we feel we need to continue these exercises, then I think we will be able to agree on that. This will benefit the Philippines because we are conducting these exercises so that we are able to work together with our foreign partners.
Alan Francisco from the National TV Network for a new and better republic.